if you do some stuff like if you was kicking the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all keep going back to this kicking the ball thing. Y'all quick to go back to that quick ball.
Everybody knew you was a backup punter.
Please see that.
He was a backup punter, Red.
Yeah.
He was trying out.
We had to fight to get a meal. Yeah, wrongfully accused. We had to fight to get appeals. That's why we right to get a deal. He on the team, he gotta eat, despite the skills. Keep it riding for the fam. You gotta light the wheels straight up. But in the past bad, work up in the trash bag. I'll pass a lot to take the test before I pass class. And my family needed bread. I had to come correct. That's why I keep airing it out like I just passed gas.
What's wild is, like, I was a knucklehead off the field, but on the field, like, I only got one personal foul in 13 years, my entire career.
That's the only one they caught you. Look, Belichick always said, do business as business is being done. That wasn't your first time.
Well,
that was the one you got caught with. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're wrong.
No.
The only thing that got me out of character on the field.
It's in your fabric here, man.
I'm telling you, bro, because I was so focused on, what my job was and what I had to do, reaching the team goals, reaching my goals. Like, I ain't have time. Like, literally, I felt like I don't have the energy. Like, I'm tired of talking trash. I'm tired of doing all that extracurricular stuff. So I wouldn't even entertain it. But the only thing that used to get me out of character was like if somebody played dirty. Cause I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in like, at the end of the day, we all on the same team, one, in my head. Two, like we all trying to get money, we trying to feed our families, right? Like we come from places where we have nothing and there's so many people dependent on us. So for me to come at you dirty and take you out and possibly end your career, I just couldn't live with that.
Well, we get it. You're not trying to play dirty. But you said you only had one personal foul. Personal foul and playing dirty can be a little different. Yeah. Like, it's one time like where you felt like dude was holding you right on your route, and then all of a sudden the run, it's a run play, and you wouldn't push them in the back.
And they ain't called it.
Yeah, and they didn't call it.
Yeah.
You just didn't get caught.
That ain't dirty to me, though.
That's my point. You just say personal foul. All personal fouls don't mean dirty.
Yeah, you got caught.
That's right.
This too, B. Marsh, that I think you walking the line. You can play dirty and not try to end guys' careers. You see what I'm saying? Like I would never go hit nobody in the side of their knee after a layoff. But my whole thing was if I knew you talk shit, I was gonna call your bluff. Like, it's funny when we played Peyton, we played y'all up in Indy, and I started talking shit, and then y'all were so by the book where like everybody was kind of like, why are you speaking to me that way? So that shit took it out of me to talk shit. But I told the story before where Fred, like I would have hit Fred in the back one time, and Fred was like, God, motherfucker, like Fred snapped on me, and I was like, where I wanted to push the line, but I never tried to hit nobody in the knee or hit nobody's ankle or under the pile. You see the Vontaze Burfict stuff. Yeah. Like Vontaze Burfict, big thing. That whole twisting the dude ankle on the like nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
But if like with Fred, if a running back is running and somebody grabs him and he's turned and I know he's going to the ground, but he's still on his feet, I'll go ram my shoulder in the small of your back.
You gotta expect that.
I go throw my whole entire body in the small of your back.
Listen, man, I done been through some shit. I done had my nuts grabbed.
Oh, you get the nuts being grabbed all the time.
People try to spit on you under the pile.
You had your nuts grabbed?
Oh, yeah.
All
I never had my nuts grabbed.
It is a business decision when that ball is a fumble and you trying to get that ball. It is an executive decision because at the bottom of that pile, especially if it's it's a close game, it's gonna go down to the last drive. And that ball is sitting right there. That is a business decision.
Yeah, it's all time.
We was in Tampa.
Am I going to get this ball?
Have you grabbed somebody's balls?
No.
I won't grab worse than that.
You know what? I tell you what. The story I'm gonna tell you is worse than grabbing balls, and I know you think it's a little far, but I tell you, we was in Tampa. So it's late in the game, late third quarter, early fourth, and they fumbled. It was a receiver out of LSU. So the fumble, so everybody, when the ball hit the ground, everybody run in. The whole 22 dudes running towards the ball. We run towards the ball. So everybody dive in and try to grab the ball. When all the ruckus stops, I'm looking at the ball. Now, my right arm's up here. You know what I'm saying? You all twisted up inside the pile. But I'm looking at the football, and it's an arm on it. And I'm grabbing at it with my left hand, but I can't get it at his arm. My chin strap could flip up easy. Man, I slid my helmet up, and I bit that motherfucker on his wrist. Oh, that motherfucker let that ball go so fast. Fumble recovery.
Bro, you didn't bite nobody.
I bite the shit out of him.
Disrespect.
Hey,
I heard about poking eyes. I heard about twisting ankles, grabbing balls. I never heard somebody bite somebody.
I bit that
that
forearm.
goes back to the last episode. Your question. In this environment,
Yeah.
in this COVID environment, would you bite these days?
Oh, hell no. I ain't putting my mouth on nothing. except a stone crab, a steak, and my wife.
Yeah.
God,
All right, so now, big news in sports right now. We're seeing Michael Jordan in a way we've never seen Michael Jordan before. ESPN, Last Dance, for 5 weeks in a row, airing 2 episodes every Sunday night, right? So it made me think about this whole conversation about the GOAT, because it seems like back in the day it was like, yo, that's the GOAT. Muhammad Ali, that's the GOAT. Yeah. Michael Jordan, that's the GOAT. And now every time I look up, like this generation that's leading the way in sports is like, oh, what's up, GOAT? What's up, GOAT? They're using it very loosely. Yeah. So I want to know, like, what the GOAT is, like, what is a GOAT, and then obviously jump into some discussion about, obviously Michael Jordan and how we're seeing him now.
Everything watered down. It's been that way. It's going to be that way because people can't differentiate between real success and fame. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you got some guys. All right, I love OBJ, for example, right? I'm just using this as a prime example.
Great example.
The catch that he made in New York.
Sunday Night Football.
It's a great catch. I can't take credit away from that. It was an amazing catch.
Yeah.
But it happened in New York.
On Sunday Night Football.
On Sunday Night Football. But if it happened in Cleveland or Jacksonville, a place with a smaller market, the bottom 10, right? Would it be the same? Would it have that same effect? Would that have catapulted him to be what he is today?
No.
Exactly.
But it's not because of that. It's not because of Cleveland. It's because I feel like OBJ.
I ain't talking about Cleveland.
Yeah, but I feel like
talking
OBJ.
About the platform
Yeah.
in which guys that play in New York and that following.
Yes.
People can't differentiate fame and on the field success. And this is an example I was trying to draw to my career. I rushed for 13, 14, 1,500, back to back in Jacksonville. I'm not getting the same love as, a Tiki Barber, or a Jacobs, at those times when they was rushing for 800.
It's a different market.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a different market.
So, but you got the fan base because it's broader, bigger, more globalized or whatever. People going to automatically think or assume those guys are better than me, so they the GOAT. And I'm less of a GOAT in today's, definition of term.
So give me your top 3.
Jim Brown, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders. Those are my top 3 favorite all time. There's a lot of guys I love, but in terms of GOAT,
it's
what I'm saying?
Brown.
I'll say Jim Brown.
Yeah.
You just got to go back and admire everything.
Let me go back to your OBJ point, right? Because I thought about this, years ago. I feel like OBJ, it was a perfect storm for him.
Of course.
Here you got a guy who, good-looking guy, pause, all right? He had the hair, okay? And he was dancing. He was doing the whip, all that stuff, right? And he made that catch, but it was on primetime television. So it was like in New York, it was the perfect storm. So that's why I feel like, no, if it was anywhere else, it's more than just what team he played for. Like, literally, like, when you look at the business of OBJ and what a brand can look like that is the perfect picture.
Well, and I don't want to minimize the catch. It was a great catch. But I'm saying that in New York, the catch was, on a scale of 1 to 10, in New York, that catch was a 15.
Hold on.
Anywhere else, it'll probably be an 8 or 9.
I disagree. To me, that was the greatest catch I've ever seen.
To me, I've seen that done on a regular.
Where? What do you mean?
With less cameras
Bro,
around.
that was 3 fingers.
With less cameras around.
I can show you film. And I'm not even talking about myself. I done seen Marvin Harrison damn near catch with his ankles.
Oh, see, now he going to another GOAT.
Didn't even need his hands.
That's the thing.
Didn't even need his hands.
Didn't even need his hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
And bro, we used to have practices where we was catching just one-handers. Like, so I've seen it. Him doing it on that big stage, that is more exciting to me than the catch.
And I think Fred brought it up, and I think Red is hitting on it a little bit too. It's generational because you started by talking about MJ, right? I'm an 80s baby, 83. Yeah. MJ was sports when I was born. I don't know Kareem.
Right.
I don't know Magic. I don't know Wilt.
Yeah.
I don't know those dudes. And right now the dudes talking about LeBron, just like right now people talking about OBJ. They didn't see, and I'll tell y'all, I'll reveal who my GOAT receiver is. I love you to death, Reggie. Cool. Jerry Rice was special.
What made Jerry Rice special though,
bro?
Because you also got like, because like, you know what I mean? Like the way I look at the receiver position is like Jerry Rice had Joe Montana. Jerry Rice had Steve Young. Like, but so what makes Jerry Rice the GOAT?
Look how much they was winning.
Look how much they winning. But when you go back and look at Jerry, you look at what he did. You look at the crossing routes. You look at the deep routes. You look at all that stuff. Randy Moss, I played against him. Randy Moss stole my soul a number of times. I done went fishing with Randy and I said, Moss, bro, you are special. He's a special individual. But we know what Randy did. We know that Randy went deep. Everybody knows that's going on. Jerry ran every route. Then you go back and look at how Jerry worked. Then you go back and look at how Jerry would sit down.
So you saying Moss ain't run every route?
No. Bro, y'all seen Moss come across the middle? Because I played Moss a number of times and I never saw Moss run no crosses.
Well, you got Moss.
I've even seen I saw Reggie. I saw Reggie and them Colts come across the middle a little more than I saw Moss. Moss was not coming down there with that phone.
Nah, bro. Yeah. I can't agree with that.
So who's the GOAT receiver?
I ain't even going into the GOAT situation.
Who's the GOAT receiver?
I'm trying to defend
Jerry's
98.
the GOAT.
Yeah, okay.
Moss class of 98, bro. I'm not going to let you disrespect my...
No. Moss is top 5.
So, yeah, I've seen great catches, but as you mentioned, it was a perfect storm in that particular situation for OBJ. And I'm not minimizing the catch. It was an amazing catch. 8.5, 9 anywhere else. But in New York, because of what I've experienced and what I know that market brings to the table for their players, you know what I'm saying? Anything from even off the field deals. Guys rush 600, they gonna get a mega contract because it's more corporate.
Yeah, it's New York. I mean, it's
New York.
Media market.
It comes with the territory.
If you, just like everything else in the world, fellas, when you talk about GOAT, a lot of people want to say Brady because of the championships and the appearances. Do y'all count championships as GOAT? Do y'all count Super Bowl appearances, playoff appearances?
I mean, we're talking about today, right?
Yes.
All right, so it's what you love. You think Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
Yes.
I'm looking at pound for pound. I'm going to say LeBron the GOAT. Pound for pound.
But defensively,
Mike didn't play
offensively,
every position. He couldn't play every position on the court.
Yes.
He couldn't.
No,
LeBron
he couldn't.
But the rules have changed.
But his numbers and his championships are higher than LeBron.
I'm going to look at that, too, and look at the NFL rule changes. Back in the day, they would have knocked Gronk out 10 times. He wouldn't have played as long as he played. Yeah. And I love Gronk. But the rules change. And as great of a coach as Bill Belichick is, and as great of a quarterback as Tom Brady is, they were able to play within the framework of the rules and maximize the time that Gronk was in New England. You can't hit a defenseless receiver because of the concussion lawsuits and all those other rules, right? If Steve Atwater, Louis Oliver, Donovan Darius, probably little Bob Sanders, this big, Troy Polamalu, if they would have had
Brian Dawkins,
if they had an opportunity to cut this man 6'8", he doing this, catching the ball at 7'5", 7'8", or whatever his wingspan is.
Flipped him 100 times.
All of this is done. Yeah. His ribs are broke, his head banged up. So he's a product of the rule changes. So you got to look at where we are too. So with that being said, Mike did play through a very physical era in the NBA. They was dogs out there. Like they'll be. If you put your grandma out there, they taking everything she got.
The bad boys,
Detroit,
Lambeer and them
course.
boys.
So when you look, and you said it was generational. So for me, I'm a big Mike fan, right? But I just look at the disservice that they served LeBron with, and in fact that I think he's like, it's a lot of unnecessary conversation. I mean, it's necessary conversation, but I don't think they give him his credit due.
Bro, but here's one of the things that
everything.
you're not talking about when it comes to LeBron is like MJ, killer figure of speech. Like, bro, game on the line. That just came natural to him.
Great,
Give me the rock.
That's why he's great.
LeBron, that developed in LeBron over time.
We watched Dallas.
I've said that too about
Heat
Bron.
versus Dallas. Heat versus Dallas, first year of the Big Three. We saw LeBron fold. We saw him not even want the ball when Dirk and them boys won it. We saw that. We never saw Jordan not want the rock when they're down. Jordan couldn't play the 4 or the 5. I'm with you, Fred. But Jordan was a more dominant defender and a more dominant offensive player.
What you got,
LeBron.
Red?
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Look, like if I had to pick one, I would pick Jordan because I know I was a little kid. Like Jordan was the thing, and I just feel like
He was your Santa Claus.
Yeah, as a grown man now, like LeBron's good, but he's not gonna be my best all time. But one thing I will say about LeBron, he's gonna make everybody better.
Yes.
That he will. And to me, that's all that matters.
So is he the GOAT?
It's tough because I'm gonna tell you why it's tough for me. I'm gonna pick Jordan because growing up, believe it or not, I'm probably the only black dude outside of Utah that like Utah Jazz. All right,
From Louisiana?
right. Well, because Karl Malone was from Louisiana.
Okay.
Right, and him and Stockton, they had something, right, the pick and roll where you know what was going to happen, and you could not stop it.
This is true.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop. I was like, damn, we know what they're about to do. Oh, there you go. Got him again. You know what I mean? So they had something that people couldn't stop. I said back then, if he don't get a ring, he'll never be in discussion as one of the best power forwards of all time. You got Tim Duncan, you got all these other dudes, they just pass him up, right? Mm-hmm. People forget that Karl Malone is number 2 all time scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that.
2 times to keep the mailman Karl Malone from getting his ring was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no matter what they did, they couldn't stop this dude. Even though Stockton and Malone, they had their pick and roll that nobody could stop, but Mike had a plethora of things that you couldn't stop. So to me, I saw him stop dynasties or stop potential dynasties, whether it was, you know, the Utah Jazz, the New York Knicks, who was good back then, right? Couldn't win. Portland Trail Blazers, right? Mm-hmm. Had a squad, kept running into Mike.
Yeah.
You know, Charles Barkley with Phoenix kept running into Mike. So, like, he kept so many top 50 players all time from getting a ring by himself.
Man, that debate can go on forever. MJ, LeBron, and you can even throw Kobe in there. But one of the episodes we just watched was a particular part in the episode was Michael Jordan berating Scott Burrell. He literally said this: I don't think people understand the why behind what they're going to see. He said he was treating his teammate this way because he knew he needed him in the playoffs and he wasn't mentally strong and he had to make him mentally tougher, right? So I'm really coming to Reg and Fred right now because you guys played with 2 GOATs. I don't know which one's the GOAT. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. What type of characteristics did they show in practice and on game day, in the locker room, in the film room, that was like, you know what, that's like Jordan-esque. That's the Mamba mentality. When you talk about greatness and we talk about GOAT, like, did Tom and Peyton, did they have anything that y'all was like, yo, this is a little different?
I think they knew who they can go after. You know what I mean? They knew the guys they can go after. Like, you used to slap DBs in the head. Like,
you ain't slapped nobody in the head?
I ain't had to. You know, I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I've never really tell his story, but I'm going to go on and tell it, right?
Tell it, baby.
Me and Peyton had an issue in the game against Jacksonville, right? And this was in the early 2000s. And luckily, there wasn't cell phone cameras and all that stuff as heavy as it is now, Instagram and all that stuff. we playing against Jacksonville. Jacksonville scores at the end, basically about to win the game. We got like 30 seconds left. I'm sitting on the sideline. I'm just looking on the field, looking at Jacksonville's side and looking at them celebrate. I'm like, damn, we're about to lose this game. I only had like 32 yards. I'm just like, damn, like, I'm mad. You know, I just feel like I didn't contribute the way I wanted to. So I'm not knowing that they huddling down there as an offense, right? So I'm just sitting there and I hear somebody like, hey, Reg, no, Peyton wants you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. So I start walking down there and I see Peyton saying something, right? I didn't like what he had to say. Okay? I didn't like what he had to say.
Yeah. Hold on. So you walking down there, does it mean it's like body language?
Yeah, I'm looking, I'm like, I know this mother ain't talking to me like that.
Oh, he talking to you?
Yeah, he talking to me. So I'm like, no, I'm grown, bro. So my first reaction was to
go back to Louisiana.
And
bro,
exactly. I went.
man,
It was New Orleans on New Orleans right here because Peyton's from New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I pushed Peyton on the sideline. A lot of people don't even know that.
You push Peyton Manning.
Yeah, like Chuck. Bam. I ain't with that. So to the point to where you got, Brandon Stokely, Jeff Saturday, Tarek Glenn, everybody. Edrin just looking over there smiling with them gold teeth. You know what I'm saying? He's just smiling. Marvin Harrison sit up there like, he's shaking his head like, you know what I'm saying? That day, right, it was funny. I pushed Peyton. They separated us. We lose the game. The next morning, me, Peyton, and Coach Dungy, we talked about it. It was over with, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, and I know I went off from topic, but Peyton, he had his moments, but I think it was kind of like how you're saying with Mike to inspire the people who were not like starters. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think you went off topic, and here's why I don't think you went off topic. Because I feel like when you have the Mamba mentality and you're that Michael Jordan, you're that Tom Brady, potentially that Peyton Manning, right? Because I don't know how they came to work. But I can only imagine like guys that successful, it's almost that one thing that they have. So for me, it's like that was that moment where to me, Peyton Manning looked at you and was like, that's my guy.
Right. And that was his last time too, but go ahead.
No, he like B. Marshall.
No, but I'm saying like because like the people, respect you for that. Because like with somebody with that type of personality, like when we talk about the GOAT mentality, and you see now you're seeing Michael Jordan and these stories coming out how he treated his teammates. You saw Kobe Bryant. It was all over ESPN that one practice where he just called out his whole team. And you see Tom Brady on the sidelines. When a guy stand up to that guy, they look back and say, that's my guy, or I can respect that.
See, the thing is, it's a problem when you have somebody that great of a player and a high of a caliber player. If they don't say nothing to you, that's when you should be worried. You know what I'm saying? Because that real leader's going to talk to who they need to talk to.
That's right.
So you should respect that. And they got to demand that. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't think you can really call yourself a leader if you don't ask for that. If I let you slip, then that's a shame on me. You know what I'm saying? So the GOATs got to step up. They demand a little bit extra. When you look at Tom, he was able to say, all right, I screwed up. He'll tell you that, I screwed up. Belichick jumped on Tom, and he washed it off like it was nothing. He listened and paid attention, and he went and corrected it. And that preseason game, I was a 12-year vet. If you got a 12-year vet coming to a team, you ain't going to talk to them like they're a rookie or whatever. It's like, I trust in you. We're going to get it right. But it's the third preseason game of the year. He threw a great ball for what he thought I should have been, where in all actuality, they didn't fill me in on that assignment. He chewed me out about that, right?
In front of people or private?
He snapped coming off the field. The broadcast caught the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was like, damn, this man crazy. But I went back to, this is exactly how he is in practice. So that was always his mentality. Wow. So, I came out with Peyton in '98. I always said before I went to New England, Peyton was the GOAT. And now I see how Tom operates.
Until you went to New England.
Until I went to New England, Peyton was hands down number one.
Yeah.
Numero uno. But when I got to New England And this is a man I'm standing beside like this. I didn't get an opportunity to stand beside, take handoffs from Peyton. It's only what I'm witnessing from the sideline. I didn't see in practice every day. I see this in Tom. I'm taking handoffs. I see during the game if I got a check down over the ball route and we get something, Blue 18 say hut, and we're getting Freddie swing. He changing my route on the go.
Oh, hold on, in the middle of his
drop,
drop,
he's saying Freddie swing. So I'm stepping up to run a check down to go through the line of scrimmage. I gotta reroute and go swing.
Wow.
Boom, 10, 15 yards.
Channing, you wonder why the Miami Dolphins are y'all so terrible. Y'all
can't
can't win the game.
It's rare.
We couldn't compete with them.
Peyton and Tom, I can't break them apart. It's 1A and 1B.
No, bro, there ain't no 1A, no 1B. Who is the GOAT?
B Marsh, I'm answering this question, B Marsh, because
if I want to put criteria on it, I'm gonna have to give it to Tom because of the rings.
We have to settle
if I gotta try to settle it.
I want to hear, but I can't wait to hear from this man.
Because I played Peyton when Reg was up there. And I played Tom in the same division. I played him 12 times, 6 years in the league. And I would have to give what I saw to Tom Brady because of his calm. I saw Peyton Manning cuss out Joseph Adai's ass so bad one time for missing a blitz pickup.
Donald Brown.
It was Donald Brown?
Donald Brown.
That was up, what was that, 05?
Yeah,
last game, that was Donald Brown in the backfield?
Brown.
Bro, he missed me coming through the A-gap, and I ended up hitting Peyton, but Peyton got the ball off, and Peyton let Donald Brown, I'm talking to him like a 4-year-old. I was like, damn, I looked at the dude like, bro, you gonna let that man talk to you like that? But playing Peyton and playing Tom, I have to give it to Tom. But Fred just said it, the 9 Super Bowl appearances, the 6 championships. Like, take all that into account. Who is the GOAT?
Who
is the GOAT? Because we did Peyton, we did Tom, we did Peyton. I have Tom Brady.
You have Tom Brady.
I have Tom Brady.
You gonna break the tie?
No, I ain't hear from the man yet.
Tie.
I want to hear from the man. He played with both of them. He caught passes from both.
I was on it with Tom just for a couple weeks in preseason. And I saw the way he prepared. I would have to give it to Peyton.
Wow, that's bias. Is that?
But when you asked me, I was sitting here minding my business. I was minding my business. I was not chiming in at all. I was just listening.
Do you really expect him to say anything else?
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Button it up, man. Button it up.
I'm gonna tell you why, real quick, because there's nobody I've ever seen in my life prepare like Peyton. Peyton was kind of like how I said about LeBron, right? He's gonna make guys better, right? The way he prepared made you take pride in the way you prepare, because you know he was gonna be on his shit. You didn't want to be that dude that wasn't ready. You didn't want to be the Donald Brown, even though you brought that up about Donald Brown. That was Peyton's fault. Yeah, I said it. And he didn't apologize either.
Yeah. He should have slid that front.
Like on every Friday practice, basically Peyton ran the practice.
Take a Reg. Peyton and Tom switched careers. Peyton gets drafted by the Patriots with Bill Belichick. Tom Brady goes to Indy.
It doesn't work.
Does Peyton have 6 championships?
It doesn't work because it doesn't. Sorry, I know you asked Reg this, but let me tell you why it doesn't work.
They switched the situations.
It doesn't work because Tom Brady, to what Fred said, he sat there and witnessed Bill Belichick curse this man out, and that was just water over the bridge, under the bridge, excuse me.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning ain't sitting there taking that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes Tom Brady and Bill Belichick work, is that relationship of how this is my number one guy, and if I can coach him like this, then I can coach all of y'all like that. Peyton Manning walking the building, this Peyton Manning show, that's just me outside looking in. That's how I feel. I don't feel it works.
I think it's the respect of Bill Belichick. All right, I think if Peyton Manning played for Bill Belichick and Bill Belichick was still doing the things that he's doing, you know what I mean, he's accomplished, I think Peyton would get it. I think it'd be
that's hard.
You know what I mean?
No, I can see that.
But when you get a Jim Mora, right, going at Peyton Manning and then getting on the camera talking about playoffs, well, no, Jim Mora ain't Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So he not gonna like that.
So we need your opinion though.
So I'm with the New York Giants, and every year Eli Manning takes all the pass catchers to Duke, and I think Peyton did that too when he was playing.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was.
That's why they were about to fight.
Yeah, for real, seriously. But anyways, Eli Manning.
Same offense for 11 years. I know what the hell you gonna do.
I know it.
Well, he's known for taking all his guys. So anyways, we land in North Carolina. We go to Duke. All right. So now Peyton Manning's there. He's telling us, okay, Peyton's going to come. So you got Eli just kind of going through trying to take coaching, and then you got Peyton just like, no, when it's cover 2, you got to hit it like this. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, this dude is removed from the game, and his attention to detail and how his precision, like to routes, like when you get to 12 yards, you got to stick your foot in the ground like this. The quarterback needs to feel it. He's the receiver coach during the whole weekend, this whole trip, bro. And I was able to go through drills with him being my receiver coach. And I was like, wow. Yeah, bro, that's when I was able to see that Peyton Manning was like next level. Like I couldn't believe it. So to answer the question, who's the GOAT? I'm going with Tom Brady. I'm going with Tom Brady because like this is the reason why. When you look at who Peyton Manning had, this dude had an all-star team.
Yes, yes.
And that concerns me that you only have 2 Super Bowls. And I feel like I love Peyton Manning. I was able to participate in Pro Bowls with him. I was around him. I love his personality. Great dude. But you won 2 Super Bowls. And you had that type of team. You have 2 Hall of Fame receivers. You have a Hall of Fame running back. You have a top 20 tight end. You have a strong offensive line. You have a Hall of Fame head coach.
But that's why when you're talking about these guys having, we started this whole thing off about GOATs and the type of passion and intensity and their work ethics and the chip on the shoulders that, you know, that they have and what they demand from everybody around them. And how Michael Jordan even said, you know, he's going to look like the bad guy when this stuff airs. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we started all of it. And in order to be the GOAT, if you didn't have that, you ain't a GOAT.
I think, and I'll say this real quick. To be the GOAT, you got to have a little bit.
You got to have in you.
You know, if you
that don't mean the president's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But much of an he is. You got to be smart.
You got to
too.
be smart, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what
so
I'm saying?
those
But
guys all
you
had
definitely
it.
need that, but, you know, to be an to go out there and be a little tough when you don't really want to, you know what I mean? And it got to the point to where we knew it was coming. We knew why he was doing it. It was more to get the other guys to follow shit.
We had to fight to get a meal. Yeah, wrongfully accused. We had to fight to get appeals. That's why we right to get a deal.
He ain't got on Jordan.
And how Mike was
D-Wade.
I don't know what the fuck them are. Them are
Shout out.
Them just like Ninja Turtles.
I'll pass a lot to take the test before I pass class. Yeah, and my family needed bread. I had to come correct. That's why I keep airing it out like I just passed gas. It's on.